Coaster Dome on the right side is another cruise ship leaving port this afternoon. They're going to the Hawaiian Islands, visiting 4 ports in Hawaii. Well, feel free to do that. As you can see, once you feed one seagull, every seagull for miles around comes over the boat. You don't want a flock of seagulls over there. Because sea lions can get up to 1,000 pounds in weight. They eat fish and octopus and squid. They're air-breathing mammals, but they can stay underwater for up to 10 minutes. Smaller animals here are just younger sea lions. Males have an extended forehead called a sagittal crest. Sea lions are not endangered by any means. There are millions of sea lions around the world. However, all on schedule. Yacht America, the left side, privately owned here in San Diego, available for charter. USS Theodore Roosevelt, Nimitz class, nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. The ship is 1,100 feet long. She carries 85 airplanes in her air wing. Those airplanes include FA-18 Super Hornets, strike fighters that carry air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons. They carry airplanes that are used as jammers, electronic warfare airplanes, radar airplanes called Hawkeyes, a dozen or more Seahawk helicopters. They also operate the C-2 Greyhound, which is a Navy carrier-based transport airplane. It carries passengers and cargo. The ship goes on extended deployments with the air wing on board. Total crew approximately 5,500 people. The ship is literally a floating city. 4.5-acre flight deck on top. It's where most of the airplanes are generally tied or chained down to the deck while the ship is operating at sea when they're not flying. Looking through the ship at the hangar deck level, 4 decks below the flight deck. The border is about 8 miles to our right. Large city on the hills out there, 8 miles south of us is Tijuana, Baja California, Norte, Mexico. Last 2 Navy ships in the distance, USS America and USS Bacon Island, operate Marine Corps aircraft. Closer to us, we're looking at Pier 7 out here with a flat top, the LHD-2 USS Essex, another amphibious assault ship named for Essex, Massachusetts. The big gray ship with the 2 cones sticking out on the other side of the pier from Essex is USS Portland, amphibious transport dock named for Portland, Oregon, carries 800 Marines. Closer to us is Pier 6. At Pier 6 we have 2 trimarans, 420 feet long, ships with a long center hull and 2 side hulls. So we have 3 hulls. Number 2, USS Independence. On the other side of the pier, number 18, USS Charleston, named for the city of Charleston, South Carolina. Those are called littoral combat ships. They're designed for shallow water and or high-speed operation. You can operate in water less than 25 feet deep. Can operate at speeds in excess of 40 nautical miles an hour. That's 45 miles an hour land speed. They're 420 feet long. Can be used to chase pirates, can be used as anti-submarine weapons, or for line countermeasures, or as fast escort ships. 2 other big ships at Pier 6 behind us. Number 25 USS Somerset, named for Somerset County, Pennsylvania, the county where United Flight 93 went down on 9/11. Dedicated to the passengers and crew on United Flight 93 who retook the airplane from the terrorists. USS Somerset is a sister ship to USS New York and USS Arlington, carry Marines based on the East Coast. On the other side of the pier from Somerset, number 45 dock landing ship USS Comstock. At Pier 5, number 52 USS Pearl Harbor, dock landing ship, carries Marines. On the other side of the pier, number 1 USS Freedom, 390-foot high-speed shallow water capable littoral combat ship, but a monohull, not a trimaran. Behind Freedom, trimaran there, USS Jackson, named for the city of Jackson, Mississippi. At Pier 4, we have the trimaran pointed toward us, USS Omaha, number 12. The other side of the pier, the big gray ship with the two cones sticking out the top, mast of the ship and those cones, that is USS San Diego. Carries the United States Marines, named for a fairly famous city in Southern California.
Back end opens up, so you flood.
In front of San Diego, USS Fort Worth, smaller monohull littoral combat ship. Number 8, between the piers, USS Scout, mine countermeasure ship, 225 feet long with a crew of 90 personnel. They go out, find, and destroy enemy mines. Number 171, stern to stern with Scout, is Sioux, S-I-O-U-X, United States naval ship, a fleet ocean tug. Her job is to tow Navy ships at sea. She also towed targets and barges. She operated by a civilian crew, named for the Native American nation, USNS Sioux, S-I-O-U-X. At Pier 3, we have two destroyers on the right side of the pier. Number 59, USS Russell, named for a father and a son, Admiral John Henry Russell, United States Navy, and his son, Brigadier General John Henry Russell, Jr. of the Marine Corps. Jr. was a one-time commandant of the Marine Corps. Behind Russell, USS Pinckney, named for a Navy cook, saved the lives of his fellow crew members as their ship was being attacked by kamikaze aircraft in World War II. That's a destroyer as well. On the other side of Pier 3, USS Rafael Peralta, the new destroyer with two helicopter hangar doors open. Back end of the destroyer is a helicopter deck. Rafael Peralta is named for Marine Corps Sergeant Rafael Peralta, who lost his life in Fallujah, Iraq in 2004. He used his body to shield his fellow Marines from an exploding hand grenade, saving their lives, giving up his own. USS Rafael Peralta is named for Sergeant Rafael Peralta, who is a recipient of the Navy Cross, posthumously. In front of Rafael Peralta, the cruiser there, USS Bunker Hill. Cruisers are named for battle sites in American history. At Pier 2, number 57, the cruiser USS Lake Champlain, named for that battle site in the War of 1812. On the other side of the pier from Lake Champlain, the hospital ship Mercy. Between the piers, Pier 2 and Pier 1, aluminum high-speed catamaran, City of Bismarck, named for Bismarck, North Dakota. That is a high-speed expeditionary fast transport. A catamaran ferry boat capable of speeds in excess of 40 knots can carry 350 troops. Named for Bismarck, North Dakota. That is called an expeditionary fast transport. Pier 1 today has a large barge with a crane on it there on the other side of Pier 1. It appears to be empty, but the Navy's newest stealth ship tied up at Pier 1, 430 feet long, completely invisible. Stealth ship at Pier 1. Please don't take any pictures of that ship. They won't come out anyway. But please don't tell anybody we pointed her out. We're not supposed to. That's a completely invisible stealth ship tied up at Pier 1 of the naval base today. You may ask the name of that ship, USS Forest. You can't see the forest for the trees. Naval Base San Diego, established in the 1920s as a destroyer base, now called Naval Base San Diego. Next to the naval base, the National Shipyard. They build commercial ships here. Lurleen, they're building another ship just like Lurleen called Matsonia. Both ships will carry containerized cargo, and vehicles will be driven out and off the ship. Ships being built for the Matson shipping lines of Honolulu, Hawaii. Number 63 is the cruiser USS Cowpens, named for the Battle of Cowpens, South Carolina during the American Revolutionary War. That is a cruiser being overhauled. Number 5 here, USNS Miguel Keith, the title USNS, United States naval ship, means currently she is assigned to the Military Sea Lift Command. They may change the designation of the ship to an actual combatant ship or a warship by changing the name to USS or United States ship if she is commissioned by Congress as a warship. So far, they're keeping her as part of the Military Sea Lift Command and Expeditionary Sea Base. Miguel Keith. The ship wrapped up in the white plastic, USS Marham Richard. I may not be saying that quite right. Marham Richard is French for good man Richard. Why does the United States Navy have a ship named in French? It's because this is the third ship in the history of the Navy named Marham Richard. The original Marham Richard was a ship given to the United States Navy by King Louis XVI of France during the American Revolutionary War. That ship was given to John Paul Jones as his command. John Paul Jones named the ship Marham Richard. In French it means good man Richard. The name to honor Benjamin Franklin, the first U.S. ambassador to France. You probably remember from history class that Benjamin Franklin wrote Poor Richard's Almanac, widely read and appreciated in France. The name Good Man Richard refers to and honors Benjamin Franklin, who was highly regarded in France. The first ship, Marham Richard, in command of John Paul Jones. The second Marham Richard was an attack aircraft carrier operated in the Korean War and the Vietnam War. The third ship to have that name, number 6, up there in the floating dry dock, USS Marham Richard, an amphibious assault ship designed to carry and deploy up to 1,800 United States Marines. She's in the floating dry dock known as NASCO Builder. Next to the NASCO shipyard, we have BAE Systems shipyard. The 1001, the all-electric destroyer of the future, USS Michael Mansour, named for Navy SEAL who died in Ramadi, Iraq in 2006. That ship is the second of 3 ships in the Zumwalt class. The first ship, USS Zumwalt. They're all electric destroyers of the future. They'll have electric weapon system, electric propulsion. Let me interrupt myself to point out the Patriot, our speedboat tour of San Diego Bay off to the left. Just did a high-speed Richard deal over there. Got everybody wet, but I think they enjoyed it. They all screamed like they liked it. Patriot is our speedboat tour of San Diego Bay. Cover the entire bay at 40 plus miles an hour in about 30 minutes. With high-speed turns, considered a nautical thrill ride. Get more information about riding aboard Patriot at our ticket booth. That's Red, White, and Blue bill on our left side. On the right side, 3 more destroyers, number 105 USS Dewey, number 86 USS Shook, and number 73 USS Decatur. All 3 Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, 510 feet long, 3-guided missiles. Primary weapons are all getting some tender loving care here at the BAE Systems shipyard. Wait for Patriot there. Number 23 back there to the right, USS Anchorage, named for the city of Anchorage, Alaska, carries Marines on an amphibious transport dock. The destroyers have a crew of 300. They have a 5-inch gun on the bow, guided missiles as primary weapons. Destroyers and cruisers of the Navy have the Aegis weapons system. Destroyers and cruisers powered by 4 gas turbine engines, which are derivatives of large jet engines. Overhead, the award-winning San Diego Coronado Bay Bridge, just over 2 miles long, 5 lanes of traffic. The bridge cost $47 million in 1960s money. Under the bridge to the right, a shipyard called Continental Maritime. They're overhauling a Navy destroyer and a cruiser here. Number 77 is a destroyer, USS O'Kane, named for Admiral Richard O'Kane, who was a submarine commander